Thanks for coming to join us on the start of the podcast, and hope y'all enjoy. So, as of 9:32 on a Tuesday night, I don't have a name for this yet. I have no idea what I'm going to call it, but I'm kind of excited. So, for the pilot episode 1, as if you want to call it, I got a good friend Sherwin here with me.
Hello.
And,
I'm trying my hardest here. I'm trying to load up a couple topics, but browser, stay with me.
Yeah. So, I guess to start it off here, apparently, you know who Jack the Ripper is, right? Yeah, apparently, some amateur detective dude figured out who
I'm telling
he
you,
was.
dude, you gotta, someday we just have to get a bunch of stupid people out there, just pick a bunch of idiots off the road and just get them to find stuff, because I swear, it's always the people with the dumbest mindsets that find people. Or stuff.
Honestly. I'll hire a crackhead to go find topics for
Yeah,
us, is that what you're saying?
You know what? Grunt fits that pretty well. He can go find some topics.
He probably could, yeah. But yeah, so apparently some amateur detective dude figured out who Jack the Ripper was, apparently.
Jesus. How?
Apparently he was...
No, I was about to ask, who was he?
Apparently it's some Polish dude named Aaron. I'm not going to try to say his last name.
Yes, Poland with names
but his
that make
first
him
name
want to
is
shit the bed.
Aaron. Exactly. Aaron.
Oh,
Aaron
God.
was his fucking name. Some Polish dude named Aaron. And he was just linked. He was a suspect for every single case, but they didn't have enough evidence. That's my chair. That's my really bad chair.
Pretty
that I need
great.
to put some WD
Yeah,
on.
here's some clicking. I'm working on.
Yeah,
some
right.
Stuff.
It's some yeah, I got you. No, you're fine. So it's some 15-year-old leather chair that squeaks every time I rock. But yeah,
that
so
sounds. It's always why am I not surprised that it's a Polish guy? That
honestly, yeah.
The Polish are. It's what's the word? Potent, where it's they're either really just completely crazy, or make some of the most genius things you'll ever see.
Yeah, they're either batshit or they're the smartest people.
I mean, yeah, if you've looked at, I know already driving into tanks, but if you look at the PL-01, which is a Polish stealth tank, project went dark, which means two things: either one, they dropped it, or two, it's in full development. I'll send you a picture of this. To kind of describe it's very much like looking at a night fighter, but being, turned into a tank. It looks like something out of the future.
It looks like that thing from War Thunder.
The concept.
That's probably what they
3,
modeled off
whatever
of.
that is.
No. Remember when they had that
when
they had that little arcadey. Yeah, they had this stealth thing. That's exactly what it looks
probably
like.
Is. Yeah, that was in what, 2015.
Oh, so this is
not new.
Been a thing for a bit.
Certainly.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The Polish have done some crazy things. They bought 250 Abrams because apparently you need an entire battalion's worth of tanks. I mean, I guess you're stuck between two superpowers.
Yeah, and they got Russia is starting to get hostile again. when it comes to like Crimea. I imagine that they're expecting some
Yeah.
sort of war or conflict to happen. So it makes sense that they bought
Yeah.
the Abrams.
250 of them is a
But
lot.
speaking of, honestly, it is. But speaking about that stealth tank from that War Thunder game, War Thunder has continually made me want to die more and more every single day.
You know what? I don't play it as
I
addictively as you, so I wouldn't share the same feeling.
yeah.
Grunt has played a bunch of war tanks with me. It's got its upsides and its downsides. Still kind of like War Thunder over war tanks, though.
Yeah. I like the addition of the more modern jets and the more modern tanks, but with that battle rating of 11-0, I'm sitting there. I'm already struggling with my Leo 1 and like the fucking tow missile light 37
Oh, look at you,
millimeter
peasant,
tank.
playing top tier like
Eh.
like
Shut up, and it hurts. It
you
literally
sit at
hurts.
4.7 your entire life because of British others.
I
Top tier
literally
tanks suck.
I tried to play 4-0 with somebody like yesterday. I tried to play 4-0 and it just didn't work. Died
God.
immediately, and it was Germany too. And I was like, "But the
Oh, that's the problem. You're not playing the British
that.
Churchill. You've got to hold down an entire flank on your own, you know?
Yeah, I don't
Gotta get that thing.
like that British tree that much. I don't really like the British tree.
Yeah? Alright. Teach their own.
I think my my microphone's picking up the storm outside. It's been raining for like let's see, like a little over 2 hours by now. Our power was knocked out for a little bit, like an hour. So, of course, I was planning on starting this like an hour ago just to have more time, but our power only recently came back on.
I've got a couple things
Yeah,
lined up here if you want to talk about them. One is what's it, Sirigaud Strait, which was kind of an interesting battle I came across not too long ago. I'll send you the battle map. Essentially, this is part of the. I'll kind of explain the situation. This was Philippines. So this was Guadalcanal. The Japanese forces were trying to push their way into Guadalcanal with Yamato and that task force. But so they tried to send a force south and then north towards Guadalcanal. Roughly, I'm not very familiar with the Philippines as a whole, so I wouldn't be able to say for sure. But I was reading about this. It's a wild battle. The Japanese totally thought they had the U.S. Completely off guard, but they came into a quite literal firing line of destroyers and battleships, most of which made up of ships back from Pearl Harbor, that were absolutely livid at that attack and seeking revenge.
Yeah, I see it. I see the pen. I see that California, Tennessee, Mississippi, West Virginia, Portland, Mini, and then you got just a couple of. You got the light cruisers on the right flank and the left. Then you have that little PT boat down there at the back.
So they hit the first PT boat line. They fared quite well because they're just tiny little wooden boats. Destroyer line got a couple of them, and then they ran into the cruisers and battleships, and then just got absolutely annihilated. Fuso, which was one of Japan's more modern ships, was completely torn in half by multiple hits. The U.S. forces totaled 6 battleships, 4 heavy cruisers, 4 light cruisers, and 28 destroyers, 40 torpedo boats, roughly.
Shit.
They,
I mean, looking at the PT boat attack down there at the bottom, that had to have been a suicide mission. They had to have known that they weren't going to make it back out from that.
It's not fun.
Did any from the PT boat? Did any of them make it back, or were they all just fucking shot the hell by secondaries?
PT boats made repeat attacks for more than 3.5 hours at Shirma's forces. No torpedoes scored, but PT boats did send contact reports, which were used to aid the U.S. forces. Doesn't seem like they were able to.
I imagine it, if they're down at the bottom, maybe it might say something about so maybe something about here we go, losses.
Yeah, that's a plate Hegel in general though. So that would include like the Fuso and the
Yeah, you're right.
Yamato and all that.
Yeah, I see it there. Oh, they lost the Zukaku, their aircraft carrier.
But I'll read a quote that was brought up by one of the let's see. This was
Yeah, you read that.
USS Hutchkins. I'm not sure to pronounce that. Hutchkins report at describing a sinking and an event at odds with the conventional record. One seems far removed from the spectacle of the. Wow, these are big words. Brain no good. Alleged huge magazine explosion and blossom of light at 0338 that supposedly blew the ship in half. Fuso was torpedoed as a result. Progressive flooding upended and capsized within 40 minutes. And they went back and found the ship, and yeah, they tore it in half with multiple hits.
Fucking hell, sunk in 40 minutes.
Yes. I mean, it's not going to float for much if you cut it quite literally in half.
Yeah, I mean, you make a point.
It lit up the sky, apparently, just because it's not exactly a small ship. There is one piece of footage, actually, from the Fuso, which is them turning back after meeting a firing line. You can see Fuso and, let's see, what's the other ship? Fuso and Mogami turning around after realizing they've just met the unrivaled power of the United States Navy in a very pissed off fashion.
Well, do we know who took the picture?
It might have been
the Americans or was it the Japanese?
Should be, I think it's a recon aircraft. It does not say.
Because I'm not seeing any AA from them.
Yeah, so it might be one of their spotter planes. Then again, the Fuso is one of the older ships, so it might not have had enough AA to actually reach that. There's quite a few stories. Let's see.
Yeah, make a point.
I believe 1,000 rounds from all 6 battleships' main guns were fired.
Well, I mean, you gotta kill them dead.
They sunk all.
If they're dead, kill them dead.
Sunk all but one, significant ship, which was heavily damaged and was later sunk by a United States submarine. They basically massacred the entire force because Japan had went radio silent to kind of preserve the attack. And
I mean, they did that back for Pearl Harbor too.
They did not fare very well.
No, apparently not, because they got their fucking asses kicked.
See, there was one more story. I remember, just off the top of my head, I can remember 2 Japanese ships hit each other, one cutting the bow off the other because of the confusion. Let's see. Engagement.
They couldn't tell which ships were their own because their eyes were too slit.
Oh my god.
Their little fucking Japanese eyes.
God damn it.
Sir, is that one of our ships?
No, to be quite honest...
Wing Wong on... Wing Wong, no. Fire on Wing Wong ready.
To be honest, one of the big problems with Japanese ships is their lack of a radar. They have to use visual eyesight to get contacts. Which is why their ships look like they built a skyscraper on top of a floating dock.
See, and that just goes back to my point that their eyes, they aren't American.
It was also
they're
at night, so stuff like the
slits.
Virginia, which I'm going to post you a picture of, just lighting up the night sky, turning it day. It's at night, they can't see for shit, and all of a sudden you've walked onto 6 battleships and fuck all cruisers.
Well, I mean, on the fact that they're beautiful pictures, I mean, think of the loss of life.
Japan, this was not a good operation.
But,
Japan,
you know,
this is
we-
right. Is this? Oh, no, where is this?
The entirety of the Second World War was not a good operation
Yeah.
for Japan. Literally loss after loss. You just go.
They,
you don't
they had
come
some
back
good
from
ones at the
that.
start,
And
but
then they
as
started
a lot of
making-
people say, what's it? Midway was just kind of the point where that was just it. From there on, they're just getting constantly whacked and whacked and whacked. I mean, how do you lose
Yeah.
most of your carrier fleet to a couple of crop dusters in under 5 minutes?
Excuse you, they were not crop dusters.
The Dauntless was a crop
They were
duster. That thing
dive
was outdated by the
bombers.
time it was
They
produced.
were
Look,
dive
I
bombers.
love the Dauntless. For all it is my favorite little plane. I love that thing to bits, but to not call it a crop duster is a sin, because that's what it is.
Okay, well, the Mauser C96 was a sin before. It was not a sin. It was outdated before World War One began, and that thing is fucking sexy as all hell.
Because sexy doesn't mean it's useful, but I will agree with you. I do like myself.
I
a
don't care.
C96.
It is sex. It is sexy. That means it's useful. It is compact, and you can add a stock to it, making it more stable.
Oh yes.
Its holster was literally its stock. You
Holy cow.
literally the biggest fucking brain in the world.
Of all of crew on Fuso, only 10 crew members are known to have survived. Out of, 1,620 soldiers are estimated to have died on Fuso when she went up.
That's a really low number I would have expected for a
Something
larger
I've
ship
noticed
like
is
that.
the smaller the ship, the more chance the crew actually survives. The bigger the ship, they all die. I swear to God. What's it? The Bismarck,
Well, I
the
mean-
Hood, the Fuso, the Yamato, the the Arizona. All these massive ships, like they get hit once and it's just. Albeit it has to be a massive round or a lucky hit to take them out, but
coughs and fucking ammo depot on the hood.
oh no, it's just faulty British
And-
engineering that need to put a plate in between their. Yeah.
They did better. They did. It's not that
Yeah.
not that hard. Either give it wet storage or
Put a
or fucking
yeah.
armor around.
Yeah. But yeah, albeit the British know how to make a good ship.
Yeah.
I think you've seen the thing about the,
Fuck you,
what's it,
Britain,
the
to learn.
HMS Sussex, where
HMS.
Where the-
HMS
what's it-
Sussex
yeah,
is fucking funny.
the IJN kamikaze hitting the bulkhead. It's amazing.
Oh my god, that picture is so fucking
Yeah, to
funny.
explain it to people online, there's a picture of the outside of HMS Sussex after a kamikaze hit a
I'll look
bulkhead,
for it.
and there's just an imprint of this plane across the side, almost like it was burned onto there, but just. What's it?
Here, I think I have the picture here.
Imagine getting through all that fire
Such
to
a
try and hit
fucking-
the ship and you just hit a fucking bulkhead and bounce off.
It's such a fucking funny picture too. Here we go. I got the JPEG here. The thing I find the funniest, I guess, is not the funniest, but the most telling. That if you look at it, there's no way that Zero would have had its landing gear out,
It's a
which means
It's
they
a-
were using. Yeah, they had to be using an
it
older
was a
aircraft.
KI-52.
One of the
which,
older Japanese.
speaking of the Dauntless,
Well,
man,
Okay, yeah, but they're Japanese and they fuck them.
you
Fuck the
can't
Japanese.
steal my favorite plane like this.
I don't care. They're stupid fucking Japanese.
Should be talking with an anime profile picture. Silence.
Shut the fuck up. You're LARPing as a
You
tank.
become a tank. There's nothing you can do to stop. To be quite honest, it was. You
Fuck
want to know what
Mom.
it was?
I will fuck this
It was
tank.
finding the other Sherman
you can't
and
stop
then having
me.
a battle. Like we did rock paper scissors for who would be able to call themselves M4A3 E3 or E2. And I won, so I was able to change mine first, and then he got the second one, which is without the underscore.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it. It was a long time ago, though.
Yeah. Speaking of ships and coincidences when it comes to them explode. And
I was about to say
sinking
there's
shit.
like 30,000 like Turpitz accounts.
I am the only one that matters on that site.
Dude, there's so many. It's so
'Cause I
hard
have
to
the
like
most
figure out
subs.
who's who. You know, how everyone else feels with all the
Yeah, but
Shermans.
I have the most subs on it, so fucking 1.5K baby.
I don't really.
No, but talking about the ships and shit like that, the Bismarck, right?
Yeah.
So it's common knowledge that it sank, but apparently there's been for a couple of years there's been evidence going around that it was actually scuttled after getting hit a couple times.
The Bismarck?
And yeah, the Bismarck, it was actually scuttled
Sounds like British propaganda.
after of course it got hit. Well, there's like the evidence showing that there's like hits that came from the inside of the ship.
That doesn't
What
seem like
so?
something they do, especially with their best ship. They try their damnedest to get that thing out.
Well, I think they tried their hardest and then they realized, shit. We can't.
You can't do anything.
Yeah, like right here, even on Wiki, like on first off on Wikipedia, which isn't the most. Don't get me wrong, it isn't the
Accurate,
most.
but it's certainly the easiest to find.
The most accurate. Yeah, it says it was scuttled following incapacitating. Can I start over?
Go for it.
Scuttled following incapacitating battle damage.
God.
That was on Wiki.
I know they
Now on this
torpedoed
one,
it.
on the
It would make
Scots,
sense
on the
if, like,
Scotsman.com.
after, like it's tipping. And, like,
Well, I mean, yeah. On this one, on the Scotsman, it also says that it was semi-crippled after an aircraft launching torpedo knocked out her rudder. The Bismarck was hounded across the Atlantic by a chasing British naval pack. Then on May 27th, 1941, in what many believe a turning point in the war, the helplessly cornered battleship sank to the bottom almost 5 kilometers below as it was torn apart by an unprecedented bombardment by the Royal Navy. 61 years after the sinking, Oscar-winning Cameron assembled a team of marine experts and survivors at the site where the ship was last seen beneath the waves. Blah blah blah, saying how over 2,000 Germans died, only 116 survived. Controversy surrounded the sinking, with many claiming her as a British scalp, while others believe she was scuttled by her crew as a last act of defiance in the face of impossible odds. And they're basically just saying things like, instead of saying it was the British that did because they fucking went ham on that ship.
Alright. Yeah, keep on going. I found something fun. Or at least to me.
Yeah, so basically they just said instead of the British parading on the fact that they sunk it, it was actually scuttled apparently.
Yeah, that makes sense. It'd be something to do. I mean, the British plan was to sink it one way or another, and if the Germans do it, then let them have their fun.
Easy clap. GG easy.
Alright, now imagine
Yeah.
this makes me funny.
Let me see it.
Or this, I find this funny.
It makes you funny. Are you funny?
So this is captured from a U.S. ship. I'm not sure how, but can you imagine getting on your spotlight and seeing this?
Holy fuck. So which ship is
I don't
that?
know. It says unknown IJN battleship. Or, I'm not sure it's a battleship, but I don't know Japanese ships.
Yes, today I will go on the spotlight.
Yeah, so to explain it,
Yes, I will get on the
there's
spotlight.
an
Oh
amazing
fuck.
picture of pitch black and someone's shining a spotlight directly onto what looks like to be a Japanese warship. I wouldn't say battleship, but I don't know enough about IJN to truly know what that is.
Yes, today I will man my spotlight position.
I regret manning my
Wait,
spotlight
what
position.
the fuck is? Oh shit.
I'm guessing the U.S. ship is small because it wouldn't have radar, or else they would have picked that up. The Japanese ship makes sense because they don't have radar. So I guess a PT boat or something, or a destroyer.
Either I don't know that I don't know, that light seems to be a little high to
Yeah.
be a PT boat. It could be either a destroyer or it could
What's
be
it, like a cargo ship?
a
Oh, that's not fun.
yeah, a merchant marine. Oh yeah, because they don't have like,
Anything.
any fucking form of protection.
Just shut it off. Sorry.
Whoops, sorry, my fault. That never happened.
Oh, I
I
here
do
we
know.
go.
Sorry.
Is that the Fuso? No, that's different. Here's another one. No, that superstructure isn't right.
You know what I fucking hate? The giant ass conning tower.
Oh,
on
the
that
Fuso,
one.
yeah, because they couldn't actually, you know.
Like literally, they took like a bunch of.
How many
fucking-
stories is this? Let's count.
They took.
I'll count. You talk about that.
Oh, I could. Oh,
One.
I could see it kind of being the Fuso. Look at the first
Yeah.
conning tower, the one on the far left. And you see that little
Yeah.
outcropping?
Yeah, it
Pointing to the
it
right.
looks like it, but I
That
feel like
kinda
that
looks
conning
like
tower
that
is too
one.
small, or the light just isn't capturing everything.
Either that, but what I'm also looking at is that little outcropping I'm
Yeah.
pointing out. It looks just a little bit bigger. Would that be something that you could see on a night picture like that?
I don't think so. I think it's about the best we're gonna get. Still an
Okay.
amazing picture.
So, yeah. So current observation is it might be the Fuso, or it might be something else that has a conning tower like that.
Yeah, the Fuso has a stupidly tall conning tower. It's like what? That's
I
2,
fucking hate the Japanese. Their
3,
conning towers.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
This bitch really
9,
counting. He's really counting.
10, 11, 12, 13, and maybe 14 if you count the range finding tower. Or what's it?
Yeah.
Fire
And
control.
I'm also the rangefinder. So I'm thinking also, they're Japanese. Like, what is the let me look at the average height of a Japanese man in the 40s.
Look, I think they also use British standards because 90% of the ships are built by the Brits in like the early war when they're trying to figure out how to make a ship.
You'd think an island nation would know. So I'm looking at this. Average height of a man in the 1940s was around 150 centimeters. That to inches and feet is just shy of 5 foot. It's like 4.92 feet.
I'm literally just gonna search up the Fuso. I want to know how, like, what is
Yeah,
this
you go
thing?
ahead.
It was made in. Oh, it's an old ship. Laid down in 1912.
Oh man. So the average Japanese man at the time of World War II was like 4'9", 4'10". So you gotta think those are like midget man stories.
Just because
not-
they're tiny
not
doesn't mean
American
their
man
ships.
stories.
What's it? Stories are any different.
Bro, they're literally like at our knees. Like think about it. So if a Japanese man was like 4'9", what was a Japanese woman at then?
Oh, it did have radar. Then why the hell didn't it see the ship?
Okay, the average height. Japanese woman average
Speed,
height in the
sensors.
40s.
Alright.
Okay, so
You know, if we didn't have to worry about what's the strait that goes through South America, or it's Panama, right? No, yeah,
the Panama Canal.
Can
Yeah,
you
the
imagine
Panama
what
Canal. Yeah.
size ships we'd build if we didn't have to worry about that? Because that's why they're all that same size or kind of smaller than usual, is because they have to get through the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what we would have built had?
Well, I mean, I imagine we would keep them about the same size because they were already fucking huge. And they were already kind of spreading out their crew a lot.
Yeah.
Think of how much more crew they needed if we made them any bigger.
But can you imagine what you can
Or how
mount
more
on that? I mean,
spread out
you've
and
seen what the
disorganized.
British have done. They just railed a line of coke and made a ship with all the main guns in the front.
Hey, fucking, what's a cliche racist British name?
Do you mean just an English name? Timothy?
Timothy.
Oh god.
Timothy. Timothy. What's up, Brad? What do you say? We take these stupid fucking ships, right? And we just stick a big ass gun on the front. It can't move. It's useless. But think of how many people it'll scare. My God! You're fucking right! And they made who knows how many.
They made 2. But with all things considered, the ship fared very well in both the European and Pacific and Mediterranean fronts.
Yeah,
honestly,
but like, the gun didn't move. You had to move the whole ass ship. They took a tank. They took like the Stug and they made it a
I'll send you a
ship.
picture. The turrets can traverse. They just put them all in the front.
Well, then what ship am I thinking in which the turret couldn't traverse?
There's that French cruiser submarine.
It was the French. It was the French.
Hold on, I think I know what you're talking about.
So I'm the retarded. So I'm the one that just was wrong. Okay, cool.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's the French submarine Surcouf. Don't you dare make a dick joke.
Like it couldn't move. There's like
On this,
yeah. So let's
I do
whole
know it can
fucking-
move. This thing is fascinating. I'll go over its specs here in a second. Let me pull them up. Yes, that's a submarine.
Bro, they took a fucking 2 by. Wait, is the submarine? Are those 2 different submarines, or is that one?
That is one submarine.
They took a fucking 2x4 and put a submarine. They super glued a submarine on top of it.
So,
I think
it
that's what they did.
has
That's
to
what they
run
did,
down
isn't
its
it?
armaments first, which are the very big, parts of this. Let's see. So it has 2 203mm guns, which are those 2 big tubes you
What's
see.
that in American?
This is French.
Tubes. They are not
This
guns.
was
they are
built to go
tubes.
around the Versailles Treaty.
Why would the French want to go around the Versailles? They technically won.
Because they also want big boomy. They had 2
Sure.
37mm anti-aircraft guns, 4 13.12mm anti-aircraft machine guns, 6 550mm torpedo tubes, and 4 400mm torpedo tubes. It could also carry an aircraft in case that wasn't enough, and it had a hangar.
Yeah, let's just take the submarine, right? Let's not do what the Germans did secretly, where they could like have some guns that they could traverse by human means. Let's take one and we turn the entire fucking submarine, right? We're gonna turn this entire fucking submarine, and we're gonna base it all on that shit. So fuck traverse.
It can traverse.
We're gonna
It
make
is
a boat
terrifying when it
destroyer?
traverses because it takes the ground with it.
It takes the what with it? The ground?
It takes the deck around it with it. Like, the floor
Fucking
around it
what?
traverses with the gun. This is a very poor image of it. But
Yeah,
it takes
I mean,
a
I
part
don't
of
care
the
how poor the image is.
takes
I
a
gotta
part of
see
the
that.
deck with it.
Oh, that's just fucking weird.
By the way, those torpedo
I
tubes,
don't-
just
I
in
don't see
case
how
it
that's
wasn't enough,
scary.
once those torpedoes are loaded, the torpedo tubes can be traversed left and right, like, in their own turrets. Because the French were on something, and I want to know what they were on.
How is it that the French have good ideas?
Good
somewhat
ideas?
good
Do you
ideas?
call this a good idea?
But
It's
they-
a cruiser, battleship,
I-
aircraft carrier, submarine.
Yeah, but think about not all of that's a good idea, but like most definitely the somewhat traversable torpedo tubes. That's a good idea.
So that's a picture of the hangar.
Now, why the fuck couldn't they put any of those ideas within their army so they didn't get fucking waffle stomped
Their
by the
tanks
Germans?
are pretty good. It's a
Twice?
problem. What do you mean twice?
The first and the
They
second World
kicked
War.
Germany's ass in the First World War. They won,
And then they got their ass kicked.
and then so they're 1-1.
They didn't. Yeah, because the Americans had to fucking come save our asses.
It was already 1980.
Bro, we literally have back-to-back world championships.
Yeah, I know, and so do all the other Allied nations.
because we saved their asses.
Second World War, I'd agree with you.
And then we
First
got
World War
and
is
then
a
we
bit,
and then we got our
you know,
then we
you're
got our
treading.
shit rocked.
That's iffy water. To be personal,
got
I
our
think the
shit
United
rocked in
States definitely
Vietnam.
helped speed up the war by a significant amount, but I'm pretty sure the Allies had essentially outdone the Germans.
See,
'cause it
if
just
the
bombarded
Germans
them
kept
to hell.
using cocaine and meth in their chocolate, they might.
Why do you
If the
think the
Germans
French
kept
were,
using,
or was it Finnish were
meth?
so effective?
Bro, literally fucking
Oh,
rails.
by
for
the
this.
way, that ship or that plane that the thing could carry wasn't exactly
looks-
small either.
Was it like kind of foldable?
Foldable
It was
wings.
foldable. Okay, now I kind of see why you meant it was an aircraft carrier because
It has a
it-
hangar.
it has it has a hangar, but
Can you
also
imagine
has
that though? Like
the
your
little-
German merchant marine, like minding
It
your
has
own
the little
business, and a
things.
submarine comes out of the water, just absolutely blasts you with the main gun, and then just submerges and flies away.
absolutely fucking destroys you with the main gun and throws some bombs on your ass from its plane. Just make sure everyone's dead.
Yeah, there's a picture of them folding.
Yeah, it's foldable, but it also looks like it's made of wood.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Hold up a second. I don't like that
What?
anymore.
The removable wings and
So I
pilot-
thought that's not it. I thought I was looking incorrectly, but it turns out I'm not. The tail is upside down.
Oh yeah.
I no longer like this.
Well, they had to fit it somehow.
I don't care. I no longer like this.
This was used in the Second World
They
War,
fucked
and it
up.
did sink a ship.
Look, I'm just saying, like, all of you, it was cool, like, the French were kind of cool with this, until they fucking reversed
It's not
that
the only
tail, they
aircraft
fucked
I
up
think
the
carried
tail
it.
of the
Was
plane.
also built before those were things. It had a biplane as well, but
Yeah, I imagine.
there's an
it
amazing
would
picture of
be
someone
a
sitting
ship
in
by
the torpedo tube of a Surkov. I'm not sure why, but it's there.
why not? Look, boys will be boys.
I'm trying to see if there's a picture of that torpedo tube being traversed,
Yeah.
because I know it can do it, but
What is it? Yeah, well, you do that. Speaking of the French, what's that fucking super foldy gun that the French
oh,
had?
it was
It was
the
on-
Universal.
Ian McCullum. Yeah, Ian McCullum did a video
Yeah.
on it.
It was like the
Let me
Hotchkiss
forget that
Universal, is my guess.
It was a Hotchkiss.
Holy
I
cow!
think
I
so.
keep on forgetting how massive the Surkov is. This thing is huge. Surkov these balls. Ah!
Hotchkiss Universal.
I think that's how it's called.
It is. Dude, it was. I think it's fucking cool as all hell. It's got an MP40 like design to it, but then they said, let's fucking fold that shit. Look, it's such an interesting design, and I like it a lot.
It was very interesting. Just expensive, as most things like that are.
Yeah, but I mean,
But I mean, folding gun.
if they had the capacity, for it, it would have been a really formidable weapon for paratroops
Oh
and,
God,
and
what the fuck,
officers.
Fran?
Like you could put that shit into like a holster and stick it on like your leg, like a leg holster. Oh shit! I'm being robbed. Let me pull out my fucking full auto SMG here.
I wanted to
Pull
forget
some
about this
motherfucking-
thing, but now that I've been reminded of it, you have to see it too. This is the British cruiser submarine.
What is it?
Those aren't enclosed either. So unlike the Surkov, which you can mount, or the guns are mounted inside except for the anti-aircraft, the British tried to do something as well with 6-pounder cannons. Mounted 4 of them, 2 in 2 turrets, and they're all exposed. And I hate it. I hate it a lot. It's disgusting.
I do not like that at all.
Cruiser submarines, they look awesome or they look horrible. There is no in between.
But they have a good purpose.
Their purpose to
Kind
defy a treaty that they made.
The treaty primarily aimed at the Germans, and the only reason the Germans had that treaty was because everyone else fucking didn't exist anymore. Like the Solomon Empire, now Turkey.
The Solomon?
Italy?
Wasn't it the Ottoman?
Fuck off. It is now the Solomon
The
Empire.
Solomon Empire.
Anyone listening to this, if this ever gets popular, anyone fucking listening to this, it is now the Solomon Empire, and if anyone tells you otherwise, you need to kill them. Fucking
You have
kill
to
them.
go find
They're
the
dead.
circle off the bottom
They
of the
don't
ocean,
exist.
pick it up, and whack them with it.
Yeah, what is it? But yeah, so Austria, gone. Not like non-existent, but fucking dead.
Literally, they just took
Italy,
the name and
it was
cut
now
it
in
in
the
half.
Allies. Yeah, Italy now in the Allies. The Solomon Empire, as I will now call it, fucking Turkey. And Germany was really the only people that were left and still fighting. Because everyone else either integrated into the German army or they just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a bit unfair for the Germans, but
Oh, okay. This thing. Oh,
They were the only ones left.
I wanted to forget about this thing as well. I need to stop looking at cruiser submarines.
should I be
Yes.
scared?
There's a very poor picture of it,
How
but
scared?
it's got some cool background. But also, God, I hate the British. This thing, unironically, makes me violent.
PP tube, penis tube, penis tube, penis tube.
They mounted a
Cock and ball.
250 millimeter gun on essentially a
They
standard
mounted
British submarine.
They mounted a battleship gun on a. I fucking hate this.
I hate it too.
Does it traverse?
Yes. I'm trying to find pictures of it.
Kill
I'm trying to
yourself.
remember its name.
No. That is enough. That is no. I will stop this whole recording right now if you send that.
You
to
never know, man. Like, you're gonna be minding your own
This is a
business, like,
threat.
late at night, and you're just gonna get a bunch of spam of this thing.
That reminds me. I still need to come
Oh,
up
I
with a
hear.
name.
I found it. It's called the M class. I want to shoot myself. Oh God, it can launch planes.
God damn it. What? What the fuck is it with European people and
You know what
launching
this
planes
submarine
and
needs?
subs?
And you know what the submarine needs? Planes. You're a genius. That's why we hired you.
Nigel. Oh wait, I remember the super racist. I remember the racist British name. Nigel. Nigel. We need to. What the? Oh, that's
the inside. It honestly looks like a 17th century.
They
cannon.
fucking have. I what I really like the thing that really caught my eye was there near the front, the little fucking.
I know,
apartment table
right?
With the half wall. I do think that's kind
That
of
is-
cute. Like, you know what this thing needs?
Something I've always loved about the British
Accommodations.
is they're so stereotypically like. Some nations have their stereotypes and they don't play into them. The
They're
British have stereotypes
stereotypically
and play
British.
into them. So damn well.
They are British and they're fucking proud of it.
And you know what? I respect that. Anyone who's proud of the nationality,
But yeah.
props to them.
But I do think that little half wall and the little
Yeah,
corner
to
table, I think that's cute.
Describe it. Imagine like
This is a weapon of war, damn it. What do we need?
a bar, apparently.
Tea and accommodations. A bar.
Yeah,
Bar,
it's
some
almost
poker,
like
and some darts.
A small fence to separate the captain and his round table
war
from all
from
the
the-
peasants
yeah.
working in the front of the ship.
Fucking.
Do you think the
The Knights
torpedo
of the
tubes
Round
are like
Table.
directly in front of that and he yells at them as they try and load those?
He fucking drinks his tea.
What?
Fire when ready.
That's,
That's my tea drinking
that
sound.
is not a good drink.
Well, I mean, it's because my water was on the floor and I kind of realized it was gonna
God.
sound better, but whatever. I'm older, so I'm taking a
But
sip. here.
anyways, continuing on this
Remember to
horrible
hydrate, kids.
stuff. I know you like turpits, I think. Have you heard of the
You think?
Have you heard of the knife you can get? It's
I know. I
do,
want it so
I want
fucking
it
bad.
too.
It's Damascened. It's
It's
Damascened,
it's
but it's like
Damascus.
$1,000.
hit yourself with a frying pan or reset yourself. You might need it. It's Damascus. Dude.
I really do need it, dude. I fucking need it. My life is not complete without that thing.
Yeah, no. I wanted it so bad. It's still available. I don't know why I'm saying wanted. I can still get it. Just have to make money. Money.
Yeah. Mowing.
There's
Just get
two
like a
things I
real
want
car.
right now. There's that, and then if I go to it, it's IMA. Do you know what IMA is?
Say it again.
IMA. Yeah.
IMA. Oh yeah, the military antique
Yeah.
web store.
there is one thing I want from
Yeah.
them, like a lot. Let me see if I can find it.
They're selling like real
Yeah.
shit, like 1800s, like muskets and stuff. I know they have a parts kit for like a Hotchkiss, because why not?
Yeah, they also have a Maxim kit. To be quite honest, I'm surprised you
Yeah,
haven't
I know.
bought something from them. There's one thing I want. It is $70.
They are
Look
expensive.
at this. To describe this, it
Yeah,
is
let me
a
see.
German style helm, painted in olive drab, used by the Finnish. The Finnish have taken it
Oh my god.
and
that's-
painted with white
beautiful.
a skull on the top of it, and just
yeah, I
some
can see it.
white livery.
Dude, that's fucking beautiful.
Some
beautiful.
lines here and there. It's expensive, but they are pretty,
But why not? You know?
and it's original.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So 45 minutes into this recording, and
We've already devolved into talking about tanks. I told you that.
Yes, we have.
Holy.
You know, so here is the so here's the super big question. What is your thoughts on slavery?
Wow. Well, that was out
Like
of nowhere.
100% honest here.
100% honest.
Look, this is
No
like
one should be ever
I don't care,
forced to do
100%
something
honest.
against their will. I kind of just live by the rule of, you do good for me, I'll do good for you. Like,
what are you a fucking commie?
what? No,
Fucking
that's just
communist?
it's being
No,
a decent human
yeah.
being. Goddammit.
Look, I'm just saying, slavery, bad, but shit like the pyramids. I mean, they're really pretty. The pyramids are pretty.
Does it get stuff done? Yes, but it's also morally incorrect. So don't.
What about indentured servitude?
That's different
It's not
because
slavery.
you're willing to do it. Like I said, if you decide to do that, then that's on you.
All right, so
basically.
so going into that,
Oh, boss.
yes. So going into that, the sweatshop workers that make like the iPhones out of like Beijing, China, that work for like pennies a day. What are your thoughts on that?
That, although could be considered indentured servitude, it's not right. A lot of stuff China.
But what if they're making the money? But what if they're making money to feed like their sick mom who can't work because her legs are broken and
they
she's
should have
miserable.
jobs.
She can't work, so her son goes.
They should have jobs.
So her son goes to work at an iPhone sweatshop or one of those sweatshops that make a T-shirt that says "Fuck China" that has that has their anti-suicide nets, but he's doing it so that he can pay for medicine for his sick mom.
Yes, but they should probably be paid a bit more than just like cents a day. Most of the stuff China does is like milking the ever living hell out of people. Not sure how we wound up on politics, but here we are. I am horrible at these, so you're gonna have to bear with me.
Well, I mean, on my list we got Jack the Ripper being caught, video games, the D&D, and the
Man,
work.
let's
We've
go to
already gone over
D&D.
work,
Screw
games, and
politics.
Jack.
Stuff sucks.
Yeah, well, now we have politics. We've done the guns. We've done the planes. We've kind of done the tanks. Not really. We've done the thoughts on slavery.
You know, you had someone else you're gonna get in here to make that funny. That was just...
I did. I'll have to bring it up with him.
You two do that. Anyways, I would actually, unironically, love to get everyone together for D&D, or at least try. I'd be willing to learn it, but that stuff's not exactly easy. Also, enjoy this pickle house.
Oh yeah, it'd be. Oh yeah, sure. So that's me. The
It's
pickle.
what's it? White pickle house.
Oh, that's
with
a nice
golden,
white. I like that.
accents.
With gold trim. Yeah, that's beautiful.
God damn, let's get some back.
Do you ever think that somebody like sharpened the tip of their piccolo
And stab someone with it?
and,
Absolutely.
like, and unicorned someone?
Dude, can you imagine being like the first guy to get those and go, seriously? This is what we're wearing? This is the stupidest piece of equipment I think I've ever seen.
What the fuck is this shitty ass helmet? And the guy next to him's like, I can stab so many people with my head. This is the greatest moment of my life.
Taking
Nothing
the
will
word
top it."
headbutt to the next level and calling it head stab.
Bro. Trench warfare, he's just like, he's
Oh,
covered
there's
in
a
blood, just
what's it?
fucking,
There's a
like,
war
pops up
trophy.
like a turtle.
Pickle hub, or what's it? Not pickle hub, but a style helm.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll show you this. Have you heard the story of how we got one of the only A7Bs.
So
Have you heard the story of how we got like one of the only A7Vs that's like still around today?
Yeah.
So, this is like end of World War One. There's an American company. There's this knocked out German toaster tank. Like, essentially, imagine an oversized toaster, a bit bigger
Here,
than
I'll
like
pull up the picture.
All right, yeah. I'm just kind of explaining for people online, but to imagine this, just imagine an SUV. Now imagine a toaster, but make it slightly bigger than said SUV. It's about basically like that.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you for a second. I just look at World War One German toaster tank, and it immediately comes up to the A7V.
So, crewed by 27, massive amount of machine guns, giant toaster tank. The Americans look into no man's land and see one of these knocked out in the middle of basically hell, German machine guns and all this. They look at it and go, you know what? I want one of those. Run in the middle of the night, steal the entire tank, get back to the United States lines, and it's
right?
one of two left in the world.
There's the Mephisto, and then what's the other one?
They all had neat names.
And they were all technically
Yeah.
different. Yeah, because they were all like hand built. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like how the Strompanzers, the big giant ass rocket propelled, not the rockets, but they're the rocket propelled ammunition.
Yeah.
Like how they all have different exhaust holes, I guess. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'll pull the picture.
Oh, it is the only surviving example left in the world.
Yeah, the Mephisto is the only one left.
So apparently,
Oh, it's a Sturm
a
Tiger.
bunch of some Americans in a dream saved an amazing piece of history.
Hey, John. Yeah, Mark, what's up? You want to steal a tank?
No, I can imagine the major already like, hey, you see the tank out in no man's land? Yeah, I want it back here by midnight. Don't say no more. Just fucking.
If you tell the company commander this, you're fucking dead.
They took out 2 tractors in the middle of the night and somehow pulled it back from no man's land.
God, I love my boys so much. Yeah. Only an American would be so fucking based to do that.
You know, other guys
What
take like
well,
a helmet or a gun as a war trophy. These guys took a whole ass tank. Oh God, why have you brought up the Sturm Tiger?
So that's what we were talking about, the Sturm Tiger. I called it a Strompanzer, was my mistake. Yeah, because they're all different.
Yeah.
They all had different drain holes at the tip of their the tip of their barrels. Wait, so I know the Mephisto was the only one left. What happened to the other one? How'd we lose the other one?
27 were produced, I guess. I could have sworn there was 2. I was thinking the Bovington one, which is a replica. I mean, shout out to the Brits.
Bovington
They
one
know
is
how
the
to
Mephisto,
restore a
I
tank.
think, right?
Oh. Bovington is...
Yeah, but then they drink their tea and eat their crumpers and...
Yeah, I know, but
shit
they
like
do
that,
also
so-
have a running super heavy.
Shit, with the fucking naval cannon?
Well, this one does, but it's not the one you're thinking of. Let me pull it up. I know this thing, and I love this thing in War Thunder. You, with a picture, might remember this. This is...
I fucking hate that naval gun, dude. Literally, naval gun on tracks. Piece of shit. Fucking
Oh,
hate
yeah,
it.
people
It's just
that they have one of
better-
those, but no, I'm talking about this thing.
Dude, it's... Oh, it's the
Yeah,
tortoise!
it's classified as a super heavy, and they have a running one. Don't get in its way for the love of God, please don't.
Do they still... Is it still, like, in service, or is it just running at the Bovington?
It's not in service of the British military, but they drive it out for Tank Fest.
That's cute.
It's such... I love this thing. It's so stupid. It's a moving wall.
Ooh. The story of the T-95.
Oh yeah, that T-95 they have in Minnesota now.
Dude.
Or wherever it is.
Oh yeah, because I knew
it was
that
a
they
T-28,
were
but they
storing it,
managed to
right?
get the extra tracks turned into a T-95.
Yeah, it was a T-28. So basically, for y'all on the podcast, back in the late, like near the end of the Second World War, they decided to make a tank destroyer with a big old fucking gun. Can you pull up a picture for me?
Yeah.
While I'm telling the story. Thanks, boss. So they said, we are going to make a Stug but American. So they gave it these giant ass fucking tracks that you could take, and then you could like add more tracks to it to help with the weight distribution. But it was like almost impossible to get over like bridges and such. So after they were still working on it when the war ended, and they realized that they didn't really need it anymore. So they left it. They used it in a field for things like target practice.
Yeah.
And they kind of forgot about it for like 30, 40, no, not 40, like 50 years. Until some dude that ended up owning the land for his, like, I think it was a farm, kind of found it sitting in some brush, and he's like, oh shit.
Dude, how do you lose a whole...
Well, this is
like,
here.
How do you lose a whole super heavy tank?
We're talking about the same country that lost like 2 fucking WMDs.
I guess America's big, so...
Yeah. It's a big place.
Yeah.
We lose nukes all the time.
Yeah, to be quite honest, for a long time I considered living in Britain solely for the tank museum, and then thought about it for more than 3 seconds and immediately said no to that idea. But I do want to look...
Yeah, but we have like a couple tank museums
I know,
here.
but none of them compared to the Bovington Tank Museum.
Plus we have an ME-163 over at
Yeah,
this
and they
museum.
have a running version of every
Varese.
Mark tank.
Aren't they also still currently trying to
I'll tell you this much.
I don't
They
know if they
pulled the
stopped.
engine out of a Jag Panther to remove it for a quote-unquote secret project, of which I am scared of. What the hell are they trying to produce?
they're going to make Jag Panthers.
They have a Jag
and
Tiger.
it is going to be an American service. I mean, I imagine they're just gonna get the thing up running, and they're gonna like drive the
No,
tank, I guess.
so their Jag Panther, they don't plan on restoring, but they did take the engine
Are we
out of
talking
it to
about are we
reverse
talking about-
engineer it.
I'm trying to think what they think is so special about the Jag Panther, or at least its engine.
It's
They're gonna
it's
reverse
one of the Maybach engines that's on a lot of the German heavy tanks, which scares me because they have a Porsche Ferdinand, a Tiger 1, a Tiger 2H, a Tiger 2P, a Jag Tiger, a Jag Panther, a Panther, and a Panther with the longer 75. Quite the list of German heavy tanks.
I really, yeah, shit. You make what would they be? What would they?
They're also restoring the Jag Panther, but not to running condition.
Where are they gonna reverse engineer the engine?
What are they? Yeah, that's what scares me. What are they gonna use it on? I hope the Jag Tiger, because I
Unless
love
they-
that thing to
and-
bits.
Yeah, either that or what they might do is because it's a similar engine to Sherman's. They might just be making basically just making a new engine.
The Maybach on a German tank is similar to a Sherman's.
Well, I mean, think about it. The Maybach engine is pretty good,
Yeah.
right? If they put it in a Sherman, that Sherman's gonna run like a fucking.
Yeah, I know, but they also have
Newly
actual
made.
Sherman engines, and they quite frankly have like 4 or 5 running Shermans.
But what
This
if
is what
they
I'm
want
scared
another
about.
one?
This behemoth.
Like,
If they get this thing running, I'm gonna have to book a flight to Britain because I love this thing to bits.
yeah, but it's missing.
Uh,
What
that's-
looks like
Yeah.
a.
No, but they can just pull
It's
that
missing
from
one of-
another
just one of its
Panther or
wheels.
Tiger.
Fuck, you make a point.
And that's an older picture.
I don't like
they
that
have
color scheme.
Updated it.
I don't like that color scheme.
Yeah.
The blue and the
Yeah.
green.
Here's
Don't like it at all. It's fucking barf green.
they put it in that
And
special tan next to its
Watered down
friend.
blue.
The other thing I'm thinking they're gonna make it or use the engine for, which is a Tiger 2 P.
That'd be really interesting to
I
see.
love
what
the look of the Tiger 2 P turret. Not practical, but it
Yeah,
looks
but here's the thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, but is that a working Tiger 2 or is
None
that
of
a
their
replica?
Tiger 2s are running. They are original.
Okay, fuck, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I want to go to Tank Day is something I very much want to go. I was trying to convince my parents to let me go.
If you ever do, you'd have to. I would fucking like pay for my ticket and shit, but I would have to go as well.
We'll organize everything, you know.
All right, server-wide Tank Fest. All right, y'all.
I could
We're gonna
stream
rent
it
out.
on
We're
the
gonna rent out the
fucking Discord.
We're gonna rent out the Buckingham Palace, and we're gonna stay there for a couple of nights so we can watch this. Be there or be square.
You know Tiger 131 and Fury. Both
Yeah,
of those
yeah.
were from Bovington.
I know they have that, and I know that's like
Yeah.
the only running Tiger.
All right, so do you want me to go through their list of tanks? Tanks on
That
display.
they all have it that. Fuck, that's gonna be
Yeah.
a huge ass list.
Tiger 1, okay, they have multiple of some of these, but
Now are these only the Germans?
No,
or
this
are these
is,
like fucking everything?
this is all their main tanks. They have more. A lot
Okay,
of them
I
are in storage
apologize. I
and such.
apologize. I apologize for everyone here.
Tiger 1, Tiger 2,
Alright, go
and 483E2, Sherman 8 Fury, or Sherman 8, yes. Little Willie, they have the original tank. Jag Tiger, Jag Panther, Panzer IV, Mark IV, Mark III, Mark V, Mark VI, Mark 7, Mark 8, Mark 9. Centurions, a lot of them. Panther, Shermans, a lot of those. A TOG 2, T-34, looks like a 1942, 43, and a 85. A Matilda 2, a Renault FT, a French tank I don't understand. Chieftain, a T-72, Whippet. They have a Whippet, a Hornsby tractor, whatever that is. An M540, an M548. I'm gonna have to look into that. A Viking, apparently. A Panzer II, and an M3A1 Stuart. Those are all on display right now, but they have giant warehouses you can go look at as well.
A French tank. I don't understand. Can you pull up the picture for that? I want to take a look at. I want to see what you don't understand
Alright,
about
give me
it.
a second.
Is it just the name that you don't understand, or is it just like the fucking design?
This, I dare call it a tank. Oh, come on. It won't let me plus it. Give me a second.
Is it just like a like a car with like a machine gun?
It's
and some extra
a
armor?
8x8, but like the two middle wheels don't have rubber on them, and it's got like that weird AMX turret, and it also looks like it was hit by a weight on the top.
Okay, let's take a look at this.
I'm trying to post a picture of it. It's not letting me. Screw off Discord.
What is it? What is it called?
I'm trying to find the name. Just load this up. It's called French Armored Car. Yes. French Armored Car Bovington, I guess. They have a... Oh, they have a... What's it?
Oh, it's that fucking thing.
It's got like weird, like all metal
Bro.
wheels in the middle.
It's literally, it's a fucked up
Panhard, I think.
what is it? No, it's a fucked up BMP.
Oh yeah, you know. They also have an impressive selection of like World War One vehicles. Like they have this thing, which you've probably seen in Battlefield 1.
Yeah, here we go. I got that
Alright,
picture.
yeah, thanks.
Look at how fucked up that
Yeah.
looks. It's a fucked up. See, they were trying to make a BMP.
And they...
Holy shit, dude, that's fucking big. I didn't realize how big that
Yeah,
was.
no, that thing's big. They have a B1 BIS. S85. I'm seeing Crusader.
I spy in that image of that big ass fucking World War One tank. I spy what looks like a shit. Let me try to look at that.
Oh, and they do reenactments of all the World War One tanks.
I imagine they would have. So, shit. I can't tell. I see the fucking the A7V, but I see what looks like a Stug
Oh yeah, they have one of those.
in the background. But look at the one that you sent me.
Yeah.
Tell me that doesn't look like
That
a
is a
Stug.
Stug.
It's either a Stug or it's the one with the H at the end.
Tank Museum. What's Tank Day?
Yeah.
or Tank Fest. I'm smart.
Tank Fest. That's what it's
They
called.
also have Tiger Day,
Yeah.
which is what it's getting mixed up with.
I do know they had Tiger Day. That's where I first learned about Tiger 131,
Yeah.
and that's when I realized.
Oh,
Shit,
they've got a
that was
Hanamig. Looks like a Panzer 3J, Sherman short 75 with the early war turret. Can't tell the chassis, but it looks rounded. They have a Type 59. They have a Chinese tank.
Fuck the Chinese. Oh, there goes half my viewership.
Oh my god, they have one of the bridge layers.
Glory. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Glory to the CCP.
Lies.
Glory
Screw
to
communism.
what's his fucking name?
But look at this. They
Oh my
have,
God, that's-
to explain to those online, imagine a tank chassis, but they remove the turret, and they have these big bridges that fold in half, and these tanks will go out and they will deploy these as a giant bridge, which are quite neat, and it's quite neat that they have one that works.
I spy with my little eye a German flag.
Well, yes, because they're showcasing German vehicles.
Fuck you.
They got the new the new Challenger out there with all the ERA and stuff. The wide Challenger.
Are we talking about the we aren't talking about the Challenger that was fucking leaked to War Thunder.
No,
right?
I mean it's not gonna matter for much longer anyways. They're making a Challenger 3.
Yeah.
So look at
that is a shorter barrel than I expected.
yeah, because that's not the Challenger 3. That's the Challenger 2 with the wide armor.
That's the wide. But I don't understand why you would want to get a shorter barrel.
Just come on. This is the
I guess
British
for
we're talking about. They don't have
compactivity.
long barrels on their tanks.
They don't have long cocks either.
Wow.
Look, I'm just saying it's like men with lifted trucks, but if they have a short barrel on their tank.
Oh, I 100% want to ride in this thing. Do you want to? Oh, it's such a crappy picture. Load, please. Ah, here we go. Dude, I want to. Come on, we gotta buy one of these. Like to get everyone
Are we
together,
gonna-
buy one of these,
are we at the
turn it
buy
into
one?
a house. Like, come on.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's
It's like it's a minivan on treads, and I love it.
Oh my god.
It's the battle
but
bus.
look at I like how I like Alright, everyone make sure to thank your bus driver before you hop out to fucking Tilted
Chicago.
Towers. Look at the I like how see when you look at a bus, you know, you have like the headlights and then you have how it's kind of just a flat with the headlights and then it just kind of it's the ground, but this one it's fucking like angled and shit and it looks perpetually shocked.
Oh god, you know that
Like
that
those
armored
headlights are
car I
its
was talking
eyes.
about? They have 2 of them.
Are we talking about the
Yes.
French one? The fucked up BMP.
Yes, they have one with the AMX-13 turret. I swear to god, that turret gets on
Dude.
everything. Look, second row.
Yeah, that was a Stug.
Look, second
Alright,
row,
second row.
third tank.
I see it. Yep, behind the church.
But yeah, look how much stuff. That's one of their 3 warehouses.
Are we not going to talk about how there's just casually a Mark V?
Yeah, that's Mark V. I mean, look bottom right. That's a Japanese tank of some sort. I don't know the Japanese. I wouldn't know.
I think that's the Hag. That's a Hago, I think.
And then you look behind the Stug, and that's a Panzer
I see the
2.
I see the Panzer 2.
There's a Leopard bank there. A
I
tank in front of
see.
that I don't understand, and a tank in front of that I also don't understand.
I see the toaster.
Yeah, the A7V.
I see what looks to be.
They have the little weasel tank. Oh, is that? Hold on, look, third row front tank. Is that Swedish tank? I know this is kind of
The
not helpful.
no, that's
when,
I mean
you know,
it looks
people
wait it
listening to this
looks
aren't gonna be able to see
back
this.
like the turret's facing backwards, right?
Yeah.
But it's got the IS-6 pike nose.
Oh, it reminds me of that Swedish light tank.
Not the Stutzwagen. get fucking Stutzwagen.
All right, so we'll stop
No,
doing
it's
this
not the-
because
it's- fuck.
people like listening aren't going to be able to see it. But to just kind of attempt to describe.
No, I'm
this.
gonna post it all.
All right.
Yeah.
Just to kind of
you see?
describe it, these areas, Bovington has 3 of these warehouses where they store a lot of their tanks that aren't on display. That's why I specifically said, like, this is what they have on display. And they just stored hundreds of tanks in the... I wouldn't say hundreds, but there's a good 100, 200 in them. There's a lot of tanks. You get stuff from every different era. I'm looking at a picture right here that looks like it has a BA-10.
Yeah, but don't worry. All these pictures they'll be.
All right.
I'll just edit it on like. Fucking
I have an editor.
Adobe.
It's not the best.
I'll just need your recorder. You just email it to me. I'll give you my email.
It's not letting me
yeah,
post it. But there's a great picture here
whatever.
with a bunch of comet. Looks like that Rolls-Royce armored car.
I see what looks to be the front of a BMP, but in a tan. Looks like row 4. You see
Yeah.
that looks like a BMP.
Yeah. Oh, if you look all the way back,
We've been talking about tanks for way too long.
Like a KV-1 or something, or a T-34, something Russian.
Yeah, but it's got the more modern little barrel.
Yeah. They also have some South African
You know what I'm
tanks in another picture. That stupid armored
There's
car.
a tank sideways. There's a tank sideways for some reason.
I gotta fit him somehow.
Hey, come join the party.
So this isn't all of them, but
Yeah,
here's also another picture at all those heavy tanks they have. Oh, come on, it's gonna be too heavy. Yep.
I just realized how many pictures I'm gonna have to download and kind of edit in.
Yeah. I explained a couple of them, so you won't have to put all of them in, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I realized if I did like this podcast on YouTube, it would make sense, but on Spotify, it's gonna be kind of hard because I won't be able to see the pictures. But
yeah, that's why I kind of took to
whatever.
explaining stuff where I could.
Yeah, and hey, you thought about that more than I did. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, granted, they could just fuck listeners. They can just go on like on Google.
Well, that's cool. So Wellington is using AR as well for some of their exhibits. It's like if you hover over a tank, it'll show like the firing mechanism and like how it shoots.
I know the Udvar Hazy Museum by the Smithsonian here in America. They have like a Google Street View kind of thing where you can like look at all their fucking planes.
That's so cool. Yeah,
Dude,
there's a
cool.
museum near me called Chino. They have a bunch of museums, or Chino has 2 museums. Both kind of specialize in aircraft and such, but we were talking to some of their guys. They let us in some of their flight-worthy aircraft. It was a P-39, which was neat. You could see the 39mm cannon from behind the HUD, which was neat. HUD? Yes, I'm at control panel. They let us in their working TF-51, the one with 2 seats.
Oh, nice.
I have a video of my friend in it, which is quite quick, which just shows kind of like you could just, I mean, he could turn that thing on and just fly it away, no problems, because he flies that DCS all the time, and he's a pilot. I mean, obviously it's something different from a flight simulator to real life, but something like DCS, that line is kind of blurred.
Well, I mean, I still gotta figure out how to set up my controls and shit for DCS.
I'm gonna bother you with another picture, just make your life so much worse.
You're just gonna bully me with the fact that you got to go to all these cool shit and I don't. I'm too busy working, getting money, getting a job.
Peasant.
Fucking paying bills and shit.
Peasant.
You don't have a job. You're the peasant.
Peasant.
Fuck you. You're just mooching off your parents.
No, I plan to get a job next summer. Got a lot of work this year though, so wouldn't exactly the time. They have a TOG too. That's pretty damn neat. Just
fuck. I have a love-hate relationship with that.
This isn't looking like to be anything important. There's Panhard, a couple APCs, a Weasel, and accepting.
Yeah. My love-hate relationship with a TOG too. It's so stupid looking that it's funny, but it's stupid looking and I hate it.
You want me to make you hate it more?
Is it? Are you gonna show me the elongated TOG
No.
too?
I was also gonna show you the POG 2.
Hit me with it.
I'd have to go find that picture, but no. You know those doors on the side?
I'll just look it up. I'll look it up.
Now imagine those, but put there the side battlements from a Mark V, because that's what they planned on doing.
Yeah. Alright. Let's see, the TOG 2, POG 2. The only thing that's popping up is an image of the Peep the Frog pogging behind a picture of a TOG 2.
God. No, I have a picture somewhere, but I'd have to go through my photos and find it.
But yeah, what is it? So summer shit, right?
Summer. God, it was not fun for me.
Dude, it's like halfway over.
Yeah. What's it?
I know.
Just.
Go ahead.
I'm someone now. I don't want to seem quirky or all that BS, but I do have ADD.
Guys, he's quirky and he's not like other girls.
I hate you. I hate you so much. But I do.
I mean, I have
ADD.
I mean, I have ADHD.
So just when we went online, I couldn't keep up. I was so used to working in school, I just slack off all the time at home.
I did the same.
And I
thing.
failed
It
English,
ruined me
so
for a
I'm
bit.
taking summer school for that shit.
Oh my god! How the fuck did you? I would have understood if you failed like physics or something, because that shit was hard for me. But fucking English.
Writing is not my
Fucking
strong
English?
suit, or talking, as you figured out. I know all this knowledge, but I just cannot. You know that picture of someone trying to fit a 50 BMG into like a pistol? It's basically what I know versus how I'm going to be able to say it.
When you said 50 BMG, I was thinking of the 50 BMG into the shotgun.
Oh god, no, not that.
Dude, I fucking love that picture so goddamn much. If God didn't want a shotgun to fire with 50 BMG, then why did he make the more diameters match? I
bet the guy who came up with 50
Love
BMG
that
thought of
picture.
that and went, yeah, this is a great idea.
How much death can we put into something that's not gonna fucking kill your shoulder?
It is going to kill your shoulder.
And then they put more death, and then they built an aircraft around it, and that's how we got the fucking A-10.
Yeah. I've been now jumping topics to shittiest cities. I've been to some of the cities that a lot of people tend to hate. New York, DC, San Francisco, and then Paris and London. Luckily,
Yeah, well, welcome to our new subsection, shittiest cities, where you literally find shit on the sidewalk.
Out of all the
i.e.
cities,
San Francisco.
if I had to rank them from best to worst, London, London. I've been to LA and San Diego. I guess those count as well.
Yeah, but you can find like human shit on LA.
Yeah.
So
London was the best, then San Diego, then LA, San Francisco, and Paris. Paris was horrible. Oh my god. It's a beautiful looking city.
I mean, dude,
but
they're
people
French.
are just it's not good.
Dude, they're French. What? Why? Would
Houston
you expect
was
to
also
like
not very good.
What? Texas?
Yeah, Houston of all cities was like one of the only places like, right, I'm actually gonna get mugged here.
Okay, I kind of understand that. I've never been, guys. I've never fucking been.
Houston is
But
not
I know. What is it?
The only bad part about London
Fuck.
is like you don't want to be out on like a Friday night all alone, and they don't have any fireworks.
Yeah,
but other
I mean,
than that,
remember,
it's
if
actually
you're-
they're
if
very
you're- if
nice
you're-
and such. And also,
Yeah,
you know,
if you're a
shit
woman,
on,
remember we
what's
have
it?
male.
I respect
privilege,
shitting
something
on
like
fish and chips, but they make a killer fish and chips compared to what we have.
that. Crisps, and
Fish and fries, you know.
Crisps and fish and fries.
But it is really good.
Remember, don't
Their pubs are awesome.
Don't go out. Yeah. What is it? Fucking don't go out to London at a Friday night all alone, because we men have male privilege and we'll come and like rape you or something. Unless the immigrants beat
Onto a
us to it.
slightly less dark subject: cars.
Oh, I was gonna tell about the shittiest cities I've been.
Alright, no, you go.
I'm
you
not
go,
allowed to
you
do
go.
that? Okay, I went to Miami. I fucking hate it. I live in Florida, and I fucking hated Miami. I did not like being in Atlanta, Georgia, because, Martin Luther King Boulevard or whatever, the place where, like, the church he preached at, and then, like, his big old monument and shit like that, like, right next door had to be, like, the most hood place I've seen in Georgia.
Yeah, and, dude, some of the cities here, it's like one
Like,
second you're in like a very nice
fucking
area, you turn the corner and it's just actual hell.
Like, I think Atlanta, the places I went in Atlanta, literally, like, discount Chicago. I went to Savannah once for a Pokemon card tournament with my autistic friend. That was pretty fun. I kind of enjoyed myself there, mostly because I had Sonic for the first time.
Oh, Sonic's pretty good.
And me being, I was a Sonic nerd at the time, so I got chili dogs. Ha! My name's Sonic the Hedgehog. I got chili
Please never
dogs.
say that ever again.
And chili dogs, believe it or not, I actually I really enjoyed the chili dogs. They were pretty good. And then I like got projectile shit from eating their fries.
I've never had that.
You've never had the Sonic projectile shits?
No. The worst thing I ever got from food was getting food poisoning from trying to cook pigs in a blanket. I didn't cook it that time, I promise you. I know I'm bad at cooking, but I promise you that time it was not me.
But yeah, so Savannah's a nice place. I've been to San Diego as well. I was there for Comic-Con on multiple occasions. The first year I went there like twice, and the plan is to go again next summer again.
Yeah.
The first time I went, my mom went with me, because I was only like 12, 13, I think. I was 13. And I dressed up as Link. If I can find the picture, I'll edit it in post. But I would have to say I look pretty good. I mean, I was skinnier than I was now, and I'm fucking skinny as shit. You've seen me. But I got all the bitches. I had all the bitches back there, dude. So many pictures were taken. I bought. Fuck! What did I buy there? I'm looking at my room because I have it sitting somewhere. I bought. Fuck! It's. I remember. It was. I didn't buy it, but I got it. They had a Smash tournament there for like Smash Ultimate that I entered in like 3 different times.
Oh my god.
And these were against like some fucking 500-pound neckbeards dressed up as My Little Pony characters. Best fucking time of my life because I kicked all their asses and they tried to fucking take their champion pins or whatever they fucking called them. I have like 3 of them. And the second time I went, I half-assed my little cosplay, whatever you fucking call them, and I was like just the Pokemon trainer, you know?
Okay.
And then I had like Pikachu in a backpack, and then I bought a Master Sword that was like $25. It looks really fucking nice.
Hell yeah.
But because I couldn't fit it into my suitcase, I could not take it on the plane back, and the second time I was alone, so I couldn't take it back. So I spent $150 shipping it from San Diego to my place of residence in Florida.
Hell yeah.
So that $25 sword cost me like $175 plus.
Small price to pay for sword.
It is a small price to pay for Master Sword, indeed. Yes. I guess that's the end of Shitty Cities. I don't know.
Yeah. What's your opinion, Whataburger or In-N-Out? No, you've told me that you've been to San Diego and there's an In-N-Out there.
I did not have Whataburger there.
Ah.
But I do know if I have been told if you were to insult Whataburger in the Midwest, they will fucking kill you.
I've had both, and the way they're not one is better than the other in my eyes. In-N-Out has just a better basic burger, but that's about all they have. Like, you can get animal fries, and that's about all the exotic stuff they'll do. Whataburger, you can get bacons on a Swiss, like, with Swiss cheese and mushrooms, and they'll do that shit for you. Which is nice.
Yeah,
they have really good burgers with a lot of variety. But I think In-N-Out does a better basic burger and fries. They haven't, like, changed Jack from, like, from the 1940s. Like, their stuff's, like, dirt cheap. It's $1 for, like, a 2-patty, or, like, just a regular burger.
Fucking solid.
Yeah, it's cheap, it's good.
Oh,
is it good for you? I'm not sure,
what?
but you know what? I haven't died yet.
I haven't died yet. What is it? What's your opinion on Culver's? That shitty fucking restaurant chain.
I don't believe I've ever had that.
I have never had a good experience with Culver's. I know it's super big in the Midwest. Culver's in the Midwest, I've been told, is like Chick-fil-A down here in the South. with its cult following. Like Chick-fil-A might be a little expensive, but at least their food is good and they make sure you have everything. I cannot think of a time. Of course, I'm sure there has been, but I cannot think of a time where I have had a bad experience at a Chick-fil-A.
To be quite honest, I've never. I think it might just be the Chick-fil-A down here because the Chick-fil-A over here sucks. Like it's not good at all. But I'm thinking it might be just this one because there's no way that what I think is what happens in the world if half the United States has Chick-fil-A as their favorite restaurant.
I think it's over half, but I might be wrong. Yeah, but like Culver's, not only at least down here in Florida, they taste like shit, and they're expensive. They have like Chick-fil-A prices, but like Burger King quality food.
God. I've only ever had Burger King.
Not like a white person, not like a white person Burger King, but like the most ghetto Burger King you could be at. I recently, like a month ago, I was out in the town, chilling out on a day off, and I said, you know what? I know that McDonald's no longer sells their spicy tenders. I know that my location here doesn't actually sell tenders in general anymore. But I knew that Culver's did theirs, so I bought a 10-piece spicy tender, and I got a medium chocolate shake. Guess how much that was?
How much?
Guess how much that came out to be? Guess.
Like $30.
Okay, you're getting over like a little bit. It was $15.87.
Yeah, I know. I forgot how bad California's inflation is.
$15.87 for a fucking
burger.
10-piece tender. Not even a burger, a 10-piece tender, and a fucking milkshake.
God.
And the 10-piece tender was like $10 on its own.
Have you ever been to Long John Silver's?
Oh my god, that is a name I have not heard in years. The last time I went I was like 7 or 8, so I can't remember shit.
I've been there. It was right after our tournament, but yeah, I was just absolutely hungry as hell. Yeah, hungry as hell. We had to play in a polo field next to Calmanu, which was not fun. I've been there since like 6 in the morning. It was an hour drive, and we got done at like 3. So just absolutely hungry as hell. Only place that was open and didn't look like they're gonna mug me if I walked in was Long John Silver's. That was the worst food I've ever had from a fast food chain, but I didn't have any other option, so I sat there crying and ate it.
Excuse me, boss man. Yeah, what's up, coworker that I pay like cents a fucking day? There's a man crying while eating our food. Fucking, what am I supposed to do?
Make better food, you fucking cash.
Make better food. Fuck.
God. Long John Silver's is not good.
Yeah.
I've heard they used to be good, but they're just not anymore. Just that.
Yeah, I would assume
that tasted more like chicken than
good.
It did fish.
I would assume they tasted somewhat good because I can't remember if I had a bad experience with them. But granted, it's been since like 2008, so I think. I do know why I wanted to try at Long John Silver's.
It's a fucking fish fast food restaurant. It's something different.
No, actually. Because at the time, I fucking adored the Swedish fish.
Oh, yeah.
The little candy. And 8-year-old me, being retarded as all fucking hell, saw the logo for Long John Silver's and thought they were like Swedish Fish, the restaurant.
Oh, my God. What, it's like White Castle?
I've never been to a White Castle.
I have never been either. All I know is microwavable food
I guess
I eat a lot.
Correction, I've never seen a White Castle in Florida.
I have seen, the only one I've ever seen was in Las Vegas on the Strip, of all places.
On the Strip. Apparently Frank Sinatra, speaking of the Strip, I fucking love his music. Apparently he like either owned one of the gambling places on the Strip, or he just owned a penthouse.
I think he did. Like he walked in and then just bought one.
You fucking Bruce Wayne. I can't be allowed in this club. I'm buying the club. Fuck you.
I think now this is my grandfather, and he's always been a bit of a wild card, so I was never sure if this was actually
Is this
true.
the same grandfather that got like a metal table from a Vietnamese dude?
Oh yeah, the marble bar. That's a story for another day. We'll
The
tune in next podcast.
Yeah,
for
that'll
the
be
story of how my
that'll be
grandfather
another
got a bar
podcast.
all the way from
Yeah.
Vietnam to the United States and had it survive like multiple floods.
It'd be like that. Oh, I got a flood story after you're done.
But yeah, so he worked as a bartender before he went to the military. So that's probably one of the reasons why I got that bar. And my dad used to he served drinks to that thing. But he worked in actually one of the casinos on the strip, and what I've been told was one of the bartenders when I want to say it was Frank Sinatra, but one of the more prominent
Maybe Elvis?
musicians was out there.
I'm trying to think at the time, like
What's this would be like?
was it how long before Nam? Like the 50s?
I think it was like the 50s, 60s.
It may have been Elvis.
Could have been Elvis, yeah.
Hold on. Hey Siri. Siri's being fucking useless.
It's Siri. When would she not be useless?
When did Elvis die? He died in 77. Did Elvis frequent? If I can spell frequent. Did Elvis frequent the Vegas Strip? I think if he
My dad more on this later.
So apparently he on July 1969 he took to the international hotel and sang to like 2,000 people, but apparently Elvis frequented Vegas frequently. Fucking stupid ass English, I can't speak it. So it might have been Elvis.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was. It could also very much just be a random story. We know he worked as a bartender, but you never know. I want to believe it, but he's had quite the story already, and he's got proof that his other stories, as crazy as they sound, did happen. That bar got there somehow, and my dad was there for most of the trip. But yeah, he's got a really cool jacket. He's got a AC-130 patch on it that looks awesome. It's like a skeleton in ragged clothing holding a Gatling gun.
Dude, fucking nice.
Right, so we need
I
to
wish
make
I
like
had
the
my
most
stories.
killer fucking like patch possible.
And there's we're gonna have a skeleton holding that shit.
Bro, that's fucking awesome.
I wish I had stories from my granddad. He passed in like the 80s, or I think the 80s.
Yeah, luckily I was able to.
He passed when my mom was 11.
For a
Yeah,
long
the 80s,
time,
so
I just
I
kind of
couldn't
sat there in
tell
my
him.
3DS, never paid attention to them. But like, especially
course
after
the
I
fucking
lost
3DS.
grandmother, I was like, oh shit, these people aren't gonna be around forever. So I just kind of went around and listened to his stories and stories from my dad. I've tried to, write them all down, memorize all of them, to kind of keep the story.
Pass
He
them down.
was awesome. He was so nice. He had such cool stuff.
I try to get his stories from my grandmother, but apparently he never really talked about him too much.
Yeah.
So if he was around,
Did I tell you about the
don't think
time
he
my
would've
grandfather was a
mentioned it.
shotgun rider because he was caught trying to steal rations out of the warehouse in Vietnam?
You might have mentioned it, but why don't you tell me again?
He So they're in Vietnam. It was either Vietnam or Laos.
Let's chillin' in Cedar
just-
Rapids.
Yeah, he's a chief master sergeant, so it's not like he goes on combat. He wasn't back then, but he was fairly high ranking. At this point, I think he served in Britain and in Germany. But he got caught stealing rations out of the out of their room for some extra food because he was hungry. And so they put him on shotgun rider, which is the door gunners on the Huey slicks. And he said, these are his words specifically, they were landing in a hot LZ, and like 4 or 5 inches to the right of where he was sitting, 5 or 6 bullets went just straight up, basically from his waist up to his head, but luckily 4 or 5 inches off. So he wasn't hurt.
Lucky
But
bastard.
he did not steal rations after that. He's like, no, I don't want that
Yeah,
position.
dude, I'm good.
I've met God. I don't want to again. You know. Yeah, that's enough stories for
Oh.
me.
Yeah, what is it? That met God thing. There's this, I think it was an Arab comedian, and he had lived in America, and he had said something about like he was playing football and he got tackled and he saw Jesus and he's like, do you know how hard you have to be hit to see another person's God? God. Of course, he tells it a lot funnier than I did, but he played it all up. And
God, yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
You wanna know what I really hate?
What?
Not remembering shit because
I
I
was
can't
about to
remember
say-
what I was gonna fucking say.
Bro, are you going with that dramatic pause?
I couldn't remember what I was gonna say. That's what I hate. Not remember what I can't say. Fuck. The duck. Not the animal.
The plane?
The plane.
Oh god, this thing.
What is it? The
HS
H123 or 23? HS129. I hate the fucking giant ass gun they stuck on the bottom, and they didn't think, you know, let's change this design just a bit, or let's you know, give it a better engines. They said, no, we're gonna rush it, and then we're gonna not do anything about it, and it's gonna flop.
I mean, it flew.
Like, it
It's not very well.
already has trouble. I mean, like, it already had trouble taking off on its own. With, what is it? I think it was a 50mm gun?
It's
Either
a
50 or
75.
40. No way! Is it really
Yeah,
a
it's
75?
75, like ripped off a Panzer IV.
God, they fucking took a 75 and they said, let's fucking make that shit fly. But let's make it fly bad.
God.
They could have just done, like, a CAS based on, like, the FW-190s. Almost like, they could have pulled, like, a P-47 type of deal, but use, like, the FW-190 platform. But no, they fucked
There's
that
only
up.
one aircraft I know that there's footage of. Of them using like a large caliber gun like that, and that's the PBJ with the 75.
Oh my god.
There's actual video. There's like actual footage of them flying in on a Japanese airfield, like starting at like 3 miles out and just bombarding the ever living daylight out of them before they come in and make their pass.
And that was a 75 too,
Yeah.
right?
The best thing about that is instead of
Literally
being an
just thunk,
autoloader,
thunk,
they
thunk.
literally have a guy underneath the cockpit just ramming rounds into the gun.
Well, I mean, I imagine they just took the tank and put the tank on the plane and made the plane fly. That's really what they did.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had an autoloader 75 for the duck, so that's the one. That's the one plus the duck has over the
Oh god.
the PBY.
They're putting a 50mm on the Bradley.
No fucking way.
XM913.
I already hate the Bradley. Why do they have to make it worse?
That is a big gun. Oh my god, it almost looks like a Crusader turret.
If they really make this shit like a post that shit. If they really make it look like a Crusader.
No, this picture doesn't, but there's a
Look at
very
that.
specific picture.
Oh, well, you're looking at that.
Oh, never mind. It's not the
I
right
don't-
turret, but it looks funky.
I don't. Me no likey.
You know, likey?
Me no likey. Speaking of stuff like that, Germany has a new Panther tank.
Ooh, what's a new tank? I've not checked the Abundance video in a while, so.
New German Panther tank.
Unity work.
So they had their old Panther, and then they have their new Panther.
You mean Leopard?
No, it's a Panther. It's not a Leopard.
God.
Because keep in mind, they still have the Leo.
I know, the Panther is the World War II
Fuck.
medium,
I'll just-
quote unquote medium tank, yet it can crush bridges.
Yeah.
Does it count as a medium tank? In the
It's like a new German tank. So. Fuck, where is it? I can't find it. Oh, I think that's it right there. Alright, let me try to find this.
I have to set up a schedule next time so we don't just delve into random stuff.
We had a schedule and we just divulged everywhere.
Yeah, I'll look up some topics
I-
for this.
I need to.
So,
I don't know
anyways,
why I
how are y'all doing?
I can't find the. Apparently, so while I'm finding this, I just found out that the new Leo 2 they're making, apparently it goes like super fucking fast.
God.
Why can't I? Fuck.
You're not allowed.
I don't know why I can't find it. It's the new German tank. I'll just look at new German tank. I won't even say Panther because it's the new German tank 2020. It's not the Rheinmetall.
Oh yeah, whatever that thing is, that new IFV.
The new Rheinmetall. The new Rheinmetall.
IFV.
Leopard 2A7.
Oh yeah, that thing. Dude, for how small Germany's army is, the Bundeswehr is just producing tank after tank.
Well, they want to kind of get back to their status from.
Like the Cold War.
Not it, yeah, Cold War and World War II. Because I mean, keep in mind their tanks were feared.
They still are. I mean, they still make quality tanks. They just don't have a lot of them.
I can't find the picture, but it almost kind of looks like the Bradley, but give it a wider chassis, a smaller turret, and place the turret on like the right side, and then give it an autocannon.
God.
It's kind of the gist it's going at.
God damn it.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have the new Leopard 2A7, the new 2A7 Plus, actually is what it's called. And then this new Panther tank. I don't know why I can't find pictures of it. I saw it on YouTube, and then I think they took the video down, actually. Because I think it started going dark, the project for it.
Which means two things.
But not dark as in a bad way.
Two things could have happened then. Either one, they gave up on the project, or two, they're going into full development.
But it seems like they're going into full development because it had really good specs.
What's it? That other
It had a gyroscopic stabilizer. It could do tow missiles and stuff like that. Whole 9 yards.
Yeah. I've got like one, maybe two more topics I was going to talk about, but Unity right now is taking my entire attention away, and I've lost all of those ideas.
Unity?
What's it? I'm working on the 3D model while we do this, and I'm trying to figure out if I can upload it, because I want to, I wanted to put myself through the pain of trying to see if I could upload an avatar to VR chat. I've gotten a tiny mouse tank to work, but like the gun didn't traverse or any of that, so I'm trying, and I'll send you a picture of it. I'm trying to create this mech from Iron Harvest, which I'm not sure if you know what that game is, but it has some very beautiful
Iron Harvest,
art.
isn't that the... I think I saw like an ad for it like 6 months ago.
Iron Harvest has some absolutely beautiful art. It's a game set in 1920 plus. It is like Steam/diesel punk.
Do you know how that looks like that fucked up Sentry? It looks like a fucked up Sentry from that TF2 game that I've never played.
Oh no, I wouldn't know either. I haven't ever played TF2, but I'll post you some art.
No, I mean neither have I. So.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But yes, they have this guy who does a lot of art for them, and it is some insane stuff. But back to kind of what it's about. It's basically 1920s plus diesel punk. Nikola Tesla created all these giant mechs and instead of people using them for good, they took all the mechs, went, yeah, that's neat, and then proceeded to beat the shit out of each other with them. There's like there's 4 factions now. There's the Americans, not the Brits, the Germans, the Russians,
Americans,
and the Polish.
The Russians. Not the British. Interesting.
Because it's a Polish game, and surprise, surprise, the Poles beat the shit out of the Germans or Saxony.
They're Saxony in this one.
Yeah.
They're not...
So it's Rusviet, Polania, Saxony, and it's United States of something. I can't remember what the United States is.
United States of gun, beer, tits, and liberty.
You want to know the best part? The American campaign is literally going into the Middle East and quote unquote stabilizing the area.
Shit, the game developers are becoming self-aware.
But like in the end, you know, like you help them out, and the United States doesn't intervene.
Interesting. That's super.
All those mechs you see, by the way, the, like giant towering ones, those are controllable units. It's a RTS game, like a Men of War.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Not the best graphics, but it certainly makes up for it with. It's a fun game, short but sweet.
Oh, that's cute.
That bear is also a unit.
Because why not?
You know, it's Poland. You can't get away with not having Wotek in it.
That's probably why they made him a unit.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh wait, might as well explain Wotek now. Basically, World War II, Poles found a bear. They befriended the bear. Bear drank beer with them. Bear fought with them. Bear lived throughout the end of the war, I think.
Yes, Bear lived throughout the war and was in a zoo, and like you could go up and you could say hi to him and such. There's some actual pictures of what in game it looks like.
That's not too bad a model.
Yeah. I don't like the middle one, but that like tiny mech on the left, I love that thing, and the thing on the right,
he looks like a very well-mannered boy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a bayonet.
He's here to wreck your shit.
Huh. Interesting.
They're amazing. One of their abilities is actually just to bayonet charge another mech.
Oh wow, yeah. Super interesting. So is that the Poles mech or is that the Germans?
It's a Pole.
Sorry, Saxony.
You can call them Germans. Like it's more like. Eh.
Wait, so they basically just gave them. It looks like basically a musket. Almost?
It's a bolt action. The reload animation is pretty cool. The other hand actually goes like over the gun and then pulls the bolt back and forward.
Interesting.
It's not up back and it's not up back forward down. It's just forward back.
It's straight pull.
Yeah, it's a straight pull.
What the fuck is Rasputin doing?
Oh yeah, he's actually one of the guys. He's one of the enemies. He starts the Red Revolution, you know, in Iron Harvest.
Fucking chilling.
Yeah, and I won't like spoil anything just in case you ever play the game, and for anyone online who might, but you know the Red Revolution, you know, like it's 1920s plus, but there's actual historical characters in there. You know, you get Prince Wilhelm, you get
Bro, Kaiser.
Yeah, the Kaiser is still around.
Is the Kaiser still mad? Is he still mad about the shotguns?
Oh, luckily the Americans never versed Saxony in this, so it's the Russians.
So no shotguns. A shame.
There are shotgun units.
I cannot LARP.
I think the Rusviets have a combat shotgun with a drum mag.
I can no longer LARP as a 300-pound Redditor that only knows that the Kaiser was mad about the shotgun. What a shame.
Yeah. I'll just post some pic here and there just to kind of keep it going. But I'll gladly talk about Iron Harvest as long as I can. I find it's such a neat like setting for me. It mixes things I like. It's like mechs, but it's not mechs that look completely outlandish like like the anime stuff. Like they're stupid.
But
they would never work.
Realistic.
But there is a hint of like grounded sense to them.
Yeah. All right, guys. So next podcast episode, 3 fucking hours of this man here just talking
I will go on and on about this game. There is some amazing stuff in it. The art alone carries it.
If if you had to guess as to how long it would take you to explain it, how long do you think?
From like start to bottom with everything I'd love to talk about, you're like good hour, maybe 2. I could go on and on about this, but I'll stop you here because you should. This is pushing 2 hours now.
Yeah, this is literally pushing 2 hours. Yeah.
All right,
Shit.
yeah. You want to just like final words?
Wait, so I gotta remember. Yeah, here. Final words. You want to give your final words first?
Iron Harvest. Play it if you can. It's a fun game.
So we started this at like 9:22, I think, and we're ending it at like 11:22. I still haven't thought of a name, but I'm sure I'll have a name.
Iron
else I
Harvest,
really won't be
the
able to-
podcast.
Iron Harvest, the podcast, where we talked
I
about it
don't
for
know.
like 20 minutes, and we talked about tanks for like an hour and a half.
Random
I
man's
gotta
rambling.
think of a podcast name. Yeah, schizophrenics ramble about
No, you gotta
moving
get like
tanks with guns.
rhymey or like stuff that either rhymes or like the first letter is the same.
I mean, like General Sam, dude, I fucking listen to his podcast all the time. I think he literally just calls it. Actually, I can tell you right now. I'll pop it up on Spotify, which I'll probably put this on too. He just calls it Forehead Fables, just because there's a running joke that his forehead is fucking massive. But
I still
gotta
think
think of,
random
like,
man's ramblings might work.
Random man's ramblings.
Rambling men's
I
ramblings.
don't want to be. I don't want to be the resident schizophrenic. I mean, I haven't been diagnosed with it yet.
Forget half your stuff.
But yeah.
I'm just gonna keep on posting images
But
in
yeah.
here for later. You know.
I got you. Yeah, I'll look at them later. But yeah, guys. So
We'll come up with a name.
thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we'll come up with a name. You'll see a name, but when it goes up on like YouTube and Spotify or whatever, I'll put it on. I hope the lot of you has extreme fun with the rest of y'all's day, night, evening, hell.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. How did you fucking fall?
I fell.
Oh my god, he fucking fell. I hope to
Ow.
God your voice recording was still on for that.
I think it was. Well, if I'm still talking to you, at least my
Oh,
headset's still connected.
fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh my god, that is so going in there. Alright, like I was saying, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope to God I don't wake anybody at my house up. I'll think of something more coherent to have for a part 2. Or a part 3 episode 2. Somebody might want to call the ambulance. You'll have a wonderful. Oh my god, I need sleep so bad. Y'all have a wonderful fucking day. Shit, dude. Are you okay? Thanks for listening through to the entire thing. I hope y'all enjoyed this pilot episode, and I hope y'all stay for more. Enjoy the rest of your day.